Howdy, it's Mangy Fetlocks again. I'm starting a new series today called Mangy Reads because I don't always feel like singing, and there's, I've got a lot of material out there that I've written, much of it quite profound. I'm going to start today with an epic poem. America has a proud tradition of epic poems about larger-than-life heroes like Daniel Boone, Pecos Bill, Paul Revere, John Henry, and other figures. Paul Bunyan comes to mind. Today I'm going to be talking about Don Jr. Don Jr. is much like his father. They share many of the same interests. Donald Trump, he's quite the expert on badgers. I don't know if you know that. He's probably one of the world's foremost experts on badgers, at least that's what he says. And his son got real interested in badgers because his son Don Jr. shares sort of a similar interest in animals, but his is mostly dead animals. He loves shooting animals around the world because he's very pro-life. Anyway, so Don Jr. came to visit Wisconsin, and he was on a sort of a badger safari, and I'd like to tell you about it. Among the men of this wide world, Don Jr. may be least. He headed to Wisconsin once to slay a badger beast. He hoped he could impress his dad, who knew the badgers well, from information he had made Reince Priebus show and tell. Don Jr. wore a camo coat he got from L.L. Bean, a hat for a safari, and he carried a canteen. He packed an AR-15, knowing badgers can be tough, and 1,300 rounds. He figured that should be enough. His guide was a Wisconsin boy. Johansson was his name, and many a time with his bare hands he'd wrestled wild game, and yet he was a pacifist who loved the badger well, a fact that he kept secret and to Donnie did not tell. Johansson led the New York twit out to a grassy knoll and pointed to a pile of dirt that marked a badger hole. He said, "To get the badger, lay your head upon the ground and listen till you hear the badger badgering around." Don Jr., he was quick to learn and did what he was told. A genius he'd be, were he not more than 3 years old. He said the only sound he heard was the digging of a mole. The guide said, "You'll hear better with your face right in the hole." He crawled upon his knees and put his head where it was dark into the badger's den, which was unfurnished and quite stark. Johansson's wise advice had been for one specific reason. He knew this time of year would be the badger's mating season. I may need to explain, Don Jr. has dark facial hair, immaculately sculpted in a manner just so, where his beard creates a pattern that, with how his cheekbones jut, creates a look exactly like a female badger's butt. Around the corner of the den, the badger then did peek, and seeing Donnie Jr.'s face, let out a badger shriek. In light so dim, our male badger seemed to cogitate that what appeared before him just might be the perfect mate. The badger leapt at Junior's face and promptly had his way, before poor Junior had a chance to back himself away. The badger, once the deed was done, crawled off to have a nap as Donnie Jr. pulled his ravaged head out of the gap. His face a sea of scratches, his nose a bloody mess, and what ran from his ear, well, that could be anybody's guess. He spit, he fumed, he swore, and wiping fluid from his face, asked why the guide had led him to this God-forsaken place. The guide quite calmly said, "There's a misunderstanding here. I wish that you had spoken in a manner that's more clear, for I distinctly heard you say, I heard without a doubt, you came to lay a badger, and I tried to help you out." My story now has run its course, and cautionary it be. Since I am from Wisconsin, it's best you heard the tale from me. In future, be advised, the badger makes a damn poor friend. And if you're dumb and from New York, you'll get yours in the end. Thanks so much for listening. Take care.